Alright, what's up, y'all? So, in this video, I want to talk about my Saturn return, right? Now, for those that don't know what a Saturn return is, it's when Saturn comes back to the place in the sky that it was when you were born. And it comes with many fucking harsh lessons, right? They're good for you, but it's a hard time in most people's lives. That's the gist of it. I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not going to get all into it, but that's the gist. So, I'm 32 years old. Mine started roughly at the end of 2017, right? Yeah. So, at the time, I was living with my best friend, and she comes home one day like, yo, I got that job in Vegas. I'm leaving in like 2 weeks. So that meant I had to find somewhere to go. You know what I mean? So, I find a crib, but me getting into my apartment was like a hassle. Like, I was just a couple $100 short on the initial fees to move in. I didn't really have anybody to ask, so I was kind of in limbo for a minute, but I finally get in there, right? And it was hard for me because that was my best friend, was like my only friend, you feel me? So not having her around anymore was just a lot for me, you know? That was my best friend for a long time, you know? And not having that person in my life anymore is rough. Like, she's still in my life. I still talk to her all the time, but it's not the same as having a best friend that you can go and see all the time, right? But anyway, I finally get into my apartment, but right before I moved into that apartment, my ex-girlfriend and I don't know if we were even together at this time, but we finally had one of those official breakup fights, you know, like, this is it, nigga, I'm done with your ass. One of them shits, right? And I loved her. Like, I used to always ask her to give me a baby. I used to ask her to marry me all the fucking... Not seriously ask her to marry me, but I used to talk about it all the time. I really loved that girl, you know? So that was another thing that was just super fucking hard for me because she was everything to me at that time in my life. Like, that was my first real love. Like, I had a girl that I loved before that, but that was my first real adult love, you know? So that shit was impossible to let go of, you know? Impossible. Like, I still haven't really fully let go of it. But I'm doing the best I can with it, you know? So anyway, I get my apartment, and I'm super, super, super fucking hype about it. Like, this is my first time living fully all the way alone. Like, just me, I'm paying all the bills. And I'm super happy about it, but I bit off more than I could chew, right? Like, I wanted to not be in the hood, and I wanted my shit to be nice. So I got a nice-ass apartment. I was working 2 jobs to have it. And then I ended up losing one of them jobs a couple of months after moving in. So it was just a struggle for the entire fucking year. Like, I went a whole year living in that apartment with no car because I couldn't afford it. I heard a term when I first moved to Tennessee called housebroke, and that's what I was. Like, all the money goes to the house. I don't have money for food or gas or a car or anything, like nothing, you know? So I was housebroke for the whole fucking 2018, right? And me and my ex, we were like still kind of talking to each other, still fucking, still doing this and that, but I knew it was done, and I just couldn't let it go because that's all I knew. I just couldn't let it go. But we finally end up having that final talk. She washes her hands of me, you know, and all that. And that was probably the hardest part of this whole thing. But me being in this apartment, but back to the apartment, me being in there, it was super hard financial times. Like, I was struggling with the rent almost every month, all the way up until the end. And that taught me to, like, let go of my vanity and oh, I gotta have this, I gotta make it look like this for this person, and trying to impress people, trying to do things so that women will feel a certain way about me. Like, it just helped me to let go of all that shit, because fuck them bitches, man. Them bitches wasn't nowhere to help me, you know, when the shit was going down, like, man. So after the apartment debacle, like, I almost lost the apartment, but I ended up coming up with the money to not get an eviction. And something had been just pulling at me and eating at me and telling me, like, yo, you need to go spend some time with your mother. You need to go spend some time with your mother. My mom moved to Tennessee. So I moved to Tennessee to come down here and spend time with my mom. She told me a bunch of things that weren't true to get me down here. So I get down here. She told me there was a job for me. She told me all type of shit. There was no job. There was no nothing. So I'm just down here assed out. I finally get a job, and it's a shit job. It's a shitty ass job. I'm driving an hour every day to make $8 an hour. Shit is fucking whack. I finally get a good job, and this job happens to be the fucking best job I've ever had in my life. I'm barely doing any fucking work. I'm making more money than I've ever made in my life. And the hours, the work-life balance is fucking awesome. Like, I'm loving this job, you know? Fast forward 2.5 months into the job, me and my mother get into an argument, right? So I'm outside. I had been doing jujitsu for a while, and I still train a little bit. I still roll with some people, but I'm not like in classes anymore. But I have been doing jujitsu, and I'm outside with my neighbor, like showing him some fucking moves. And my mom, she's like belligerent. We're all drinking together, but she's like belligerent drunk. Comes outside, y'all need to shut the fuck up, this and that. It progresses into an argument with me and her, and I start flipping out. I'm like drunk, like, this is the reason I stopped drinking, like totally. So I'm drunk, I'm like smashing shit off the counter, throwing shit around the kitchen, just cause I forget what she said to me, but she was just pissing me the fuck off, like. And for anyone who wants to judge me, that's what's up, but I've been going through this shit with my mom my entire life, so it was kind of a build up of fucking 30 plus years of shit. Excuse me. So after that, I leave, right? I go to drive to my cousin's house to see if I can sleep there, but they're not home. I fucking come back, and when I pull up, my mom is standing out front with a cop talking to him. Another cop pulls up behind me, runs up, arrests me, DUI. I had weed in my pocket, so possession. I had a bowl, so paraphernalia. And then he tells me that my mother says that I punched her in the face. Now, I'm not the biggest dude in the world, but I do work out, power lift pretty regularly, you know? And so I said to the cop, I'm like, yo, bro, like, if I punched this woman in the face, you know, there would have been some kind of something. He's like, if she says it, I gotta take you. So my own mother lied on me and got me arrested, you know? And I still haven't been able to forgive her for that. I'm still trying to figure out what the lesson is in that. Like, I know one of the lessons that I get from that is to live for myself. If I was living for myself, I would be in Las Vegas, because that's where I originally planned to go, you know? That's where I wanted to go. But something was telling me to go spend time with my mother, so I came down here instead, and this is what I got for it. So that's my lesson in that, man, like, to live for myself, because I lost so much. I lost the best job I ever had. And now I have new obstacles in front of me, because it's going to be difficult for me to get jobs now, because I have new charges, you know? Then they put me on probation, but they fucked me over, because when I tell people around here what I have to do for my probation, they're like, damn, they fucked you over. Like, they fucked you over. So they gave me extra shit on my probation because, one, I'm not from down here. I'm from up north, and they have, like, a thing about that, which is fucking weird to me. And two, they think I'm beating up old-ass women. My mom is in her 60s. They think I'm beating up old-ass women, right? So they gave me all this extra shit on my probation. I'm paying extra money, doing extra shit, like, and it's just bullshit, man. But that was my lesson in that, just really learning to live for myself. Throughout all of this, I've been having tons. I'm in my car right now, like, I'm in the back. Just came to the lake, try to give y'all a little scenery or whatever, but yo, like, I'm having car trouble like a motherfucker. Like, First it was, I forget what it's called. It's like some little switch in there that I had to change. That was the first thing. Then it was my starter. Then I had to do a tune-up. Then I had to get new struts. Then I had to get another starter. Like, dog, this car is just one thing after the other, one thing after the other, one thing after the other. And but my lesson in that, well, not really a lesson, but my thing that I gained from that was I gained a bunch of new skills. Like, cause I didn't have anybody fix my car. I did have the dude put my first starter on because I didn't have the tools. But the second time around, I did it myself. I did my struts. I did my spark plugs, my wires, my coil pack. I did all that shit myself. And prior to this, I didn't have a car my whole 20s. My car broke down when I was 19 years old, and I didn't get another car until I was 30. You know what I'm saying? Because I was fucking partying and doing drugs and being a fucking dickhead my whole 20s, you know? But, so this is my car that I'm learning everything on, yo. And I didn't know how to do any of that shit a year ago. So, I got a ton of lessons from that, from all the problems with my car, like, and that was a real stressor for me because I'm trying to, like, I'm not used to commuting an hour to work, so I'm going back and forth and my car's fucking up and I'm losing jobs because of it. I'm all stressed, but, you know, now I know how to fix it. And the final thing, well, not the final thing because I'm not technically done with my Saturn Return yet. I'm just making the video because I'm nearing the end. But I fucking, in November, my sight goes in my eye. I go to the hospital, or I didn't even go to the hospital. I go to the fucking eye doctor. They prescribe me glasses. These glasses. I get them, put them on. This eye's great. This eye's still blind as a fucking bat. So they look at my eye again. They tell me to go to the hospital. Find out I have optic neuritis, which is when your immune system, well, basically, your immune system is attacking the myelin sheath, which is something that covers your nerve endings. It's attacking the myelin sheath behind my eyeballs, which is this eye, which is making my shit basically not blind, but like I can see myself on the screen right now and shit, but the colors are way off. Everything's just way off. And yeah, man, that was major. Like, it helped me. This changed me being diagnosed with MS changed my view on women, because I was very much on my MGTOW shit. For people that don't know what that is, that's men going their own way. And I think that MGTOW is necessary for men, but I also think that it's necessary for it to be a temporary thing, you know? Because you can't just go your own way forever, or you're gonna be fucking gay. You need women, like, but you have to know. Some men know this already. Some men have to go through things to learn it. I had to go through things to learn this. You don't need a fucking woman. You have to understand what it's like to fucking live your life alone and enjoy your life alone. You know, you have to understand you, yourself, you know? And that makes women not less valuable, but that makes, you don't put women on a pedestal as much when you realize how great your life is when you're alone. You know what I'm saying? But me being diagnosed with MS just really helped me change my view on women, man, because everyone that helped me was a woman. Everybody that helped me through my times where I just couldn't pull myself together and where I needed help with this, I needed help figuring this out and that out, it was all women. It was my sisters, my mom, my female friends. Like, it was all women. So that's changed my view on women a lot. Like a complete not a complete 360, because, you know, I still got my views about you hoes and shit, but yeah, man. I took a lot of lessons from the last couple of years. There was a lot of harsh ass lessons, you know, shit that was hard for me, like not speaking to my father, losing my girlfriend, kind of losing my apartment, losing my relationship with my mother, losing my vision, and losing some of my independence because of MS, man. You know, but all the lessons learned were worth it. You know, I feel more worthy to myself. I feel happier, you know, because even though I lost so much, you know, it's shit that I needed to lose. It was baggage. It wasn't like I lost things that were valuable anymore. Like, you gotta learn to just let, that's the most valuable lesson that I got from all this. You gotta learn when to let shit go, when shit becomes just baggage, you know? So that's my little Saturn return story. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I don't think so, man. But so all my 28, 29-year-olds, prepare yourself, man. By the way, I'm a Capricorn, and Saturn rules Capricorn, so my shit was extra fucking. You've been fucking up your whole 20s, so here's a couple fucking uppercuts and fuck, you know? That's how my shit was, you know? But yeah, if you made it this far in the video, please like, please subscribe, please fucking share this motherfucking video to some people, please comment. That helps me get into the YouTube algorithm. It helps more people see this shit. I'm trying to eventually turn my YouTube into money. That's not the main focus, but you know, we live in America, so please.